just 9:15 right now, and I've already done like a whole creative thing today. That's pretty cool.
Let's take North Highland Avenue, Los Angeles.
Hey everyone, it is 6:30 in the morning on Saturday, October 11th, and I am on my way to Griffith Park because I am going to make a lookbook. So why don't we do this sunset drive together, and I will give you an update on the state of things for the night shift, which is not going to be its title anymore, but I have no idea what the title's going to be now. Oh, it's been a while. It's been 10 months since my last update. 9.5 maybe. And I am in a really good spot finally with the script. I wrote a draft when we last spoke, and then I think I probably wrote a different draft and then another different draft, and I finally found the thing that I wanted the script to be. And then that script was 200 something pages. I got it down to 134, and that's
Turn left
when
on North Fairfax Avenue.
Turning left on North Fairfax Avenue. Thank you, Waze. And that's when I engaged the services of a consultant. I want to shout out to Diane Bell, who is amazing. You might have seen her on Instagram. I think her handle's at Shoot from the Heart 1. I'm no longer on social media, so I don't remember. But she is a Sundance Award-winning filmmaker. She helps filmmakers and...
Turn right on Santa Monica Boulevard.
This is real because I keep getting interrupted by Waze. She helps filmmakers and screenwriters do the things that that they want to do, that make the movies they want to put out in the world, write the scripts that they want to see. And
Turn right on Santa Monica Boulevard.
I think my biggest transformation this year, beyond just like writing the script, is admitting that I need help. I love talking about my process and thinking, you know what, I've had like a decade of experience in the industry. I'm like right now realizing this is not my best angle, but whatever. You know, I never thought I could do this all by myself, but the knowledge that I've accumulated in my years in development, in my years writing, and the little success that I've had, I realized it's not necessarily enough to move myself to the next level. I'm not saying or advocating that everyone should be hiring people or taking classes, which I did, and I'll get to that in a bit. In order for me to level up, I realized I needed some sort of outside guidance. A writing group is great, but what Diane brings to the table is, first of all, she has self-financed. She has produced and financed a film that got into Sundance, and you can't really say that about many people. She has an appreciation for cinema that goes beyond the structural rules of screenwriting in the Western tradition. And The Night Shift doesn't really go beyond those rules. It's actually a fairly traditionally structured script. However, my current draft, and I'm going to be doing a polish on it, but it's not going to change much. My current draft is 131 pages, and that's long. Like, that's long. I mean, you see movies in the theaters these days that are, 2 hours, 42 minutes, 2 hours, 10 minutes. It's not unusual to have a really long movie, but for a debut feature, that is long. And I was feeling not very confident about the length of the script and thinking maybe I needed someone to help me push to see like where I could cut it. But also, more importantly, it wasn't resonating with me emotionally, which was honestly the exact same problem that I had with my contained rom-com script that was set in Palm Springs. Where I finished it, it was structurally perfect. And
in 1,000 feet, Turn left.
It was structurally perfect, but it had no soul. And I was like, I can't keep stopping and saying, I don't connect with this, because at a certain point, I'll just have a lot of
Turn left
really,
on North Highland Avenue.
really structurally perfect drafts that aren't giving me the thing that I need. That is that's not going to make a career. The real thing that pushed me over the edge is, and this is going back to like the Sundance of it all, she knows about the next steps to take, which once I get the script perfect, once I get it ready, I want a game plan. I want somebody who can tell me, like, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. And like, who's your contact? This is how to do the lookbook. This is how to do a proof of concept. And I know those things. I know a lot of them as a former exec, but there's something different about when it's your baby. So the reason I'm doing this lookbook is that for a while, I believe I absolutely needed to make a proof of concept. Like my interrobang, that was not going to stand for itself in terms of a directorial sample. And part of the reason that I believe that was because people have told me it's two people in one room. You don't know if you can direct. I mean, my performances are great. I think stylistically it's really good. But I was told, like, you need to show people you can direct outside. And at a certain point this year, I thought, well, why? Like, I would love to make a proof of concept, but, like, am I just going to choose a select scene from this film? Am I going to write a whole short film? And am I going to cast and, like, spend money on a whole short film when this is not, how do I even choose what this short film is going to be to represent this whole thing? And knowing the short film cycle, do I want to wait 3 years to make this movie if I don't have to? And the answer is no. And the other question I ask myself is, can I direct this? And the answer is unequivocally, absolutely yes. So Diane kind of gave me the chutzpah to say, I don't need to make a proof of concept.
1,000 feet. Use the right lane to turn right.
I can make a kick-ass lookbook that shows my vision, and that will show that I know what I'm doing here and what I'm, oh shoot, I don't want to be going on Odin. All right. Benefit of super early in the morning, no one there. All right, we're getting on the freeway, y'all. I'm making a lookbook, and I know a lot of people will make a lookbook with, looking for sunglasses, but those are in a pile in my seat.
In
I'll figure it out.
1,000 feet, use the right lane.
Oh, we're getting off in Vine? What is,
keep left.
this is a bizarre way to get to Griffith, but
Exit right
I'm
to
down.
exit.
And I know a lot of people would make a lookbook using, like, stock photos and finding, finding stills from other films to express their vision. And that's great. Like, I've done that before. But in my gut, and Diane's big on following your gut, and she didn't tell me you need to do this, you need to do that. Just like, what do you think you want to do as far as stuff? Because you could just send the script.
Turn left on Northwestern Avenue.
In my gut, I know that making a lookbook in the way I'm making it, because ultimately this script is a love letter to Los Angeles. It involves a character who drives around the city all night searching for meaning, and she finds meaning in places around the city. She looks at all of the architecture and the beautiful things she sees, and in the morning she finishes up on the mountain at Griffith Observatory watching the sunrise. And so that's what I'm doing this morning. I am going up the mountain to take pictures of the sunrise, because what I want my lookbook to be is an expression of my vision, which means that I am going to go take these photos to put alongside the words that I'm going to write. And I know I can work with directors. My short says that. My short form anthology says that. My audio series says that.
1,000 feet. Turn left on Northwestern Avenue.
And if they want to know what's if they, being producers, actors, crew members, a manager, I don't know who's going to end up getting the script, because I'm going to see how it all flows.
Turn left on Northwestern Avenue.
Whoever ends up getting my script, I want to show them my vision for this story.
In 900 feet, turn left on Ferndale Drive.
And I keep thinking, oh my gosh, the signal's going to go out and you're not going to get recording. And this is a freaking camera that has no Wi-Fi. Anyway, so if people want to see my vision for this script, they can look at the photos that I've taken of all of the places that I've called out and see that I plan on making Los Angeles the star, the third star. Or there's, like 7 characters, so the 8th star. But really, like, it gets Best Supporting Actor nomination or actress. I don't know how Los Angeles identifies. We're just going up the road. I'm going to find a place to pull over in a second so that I can turn my camera around. And I might keep talking, but you'll see the view that I'm seeing as we're driving. I Windexed my windshield before I went, so hopefully that's paying off right now.
We used to walk late out at night in July, you and I remember when you grabbed my hands and held them tight. Those days, they didn't last. I wanna go back. I don't want no one but you. I know we'll make it through. When the life we know is gone, I know that we held on. In the days that we were young, we were free and not afraid. Even though we felt no pain, we both knew our relationship was frayed. Those days, they didn't last. I wanna go back. I don't want no one but you. I know we'll make it through. When the life we know is gone, I know that we held on. Our love will never fade away. It will keep us together. When the life we know is gone, I know that we held on. Feels just like fire inside. I wish we could stay alive.
I just realized that I've been thinking that my camera wasn't recording because my sunglasses are on and they're polarized. I just finished my photo shoot up at the top of Griffith Park, and then I went on a hike because I live in LA, and that's what you do in Los Angeles on a beautiful Saturday morning. Now I'm on my way to get some coffee, and just kind of soaking in this morning. It was really unexpectedly inspiring. At first, I was just like, all right, I'm going to take some pictures of the sunrise. And then a few pictures in, I realized this, like, anyone can make a sunrise look beautiful. How do I make this look interesting? How do I, like, make this look me? What am I trying to capture here in the night shift? I really need to change the title. what am I trying to capture here about the night shift? What makes it special? And really what that kind of came down to is what makes LA special to me. I'm sorry, you can hear all of the like buses and stuff. I'm going to try to do some audio editing because I like driving with my windows down. Instead of just taking pictures of the sunrise, I try to take pictures of the sunrise with what's LA to me. So there was a bus stop, a dash stop, which is, for those of you not in Los Angeles, it's like a short distance bus with a small fixed route, and you can ride it for, I think the last time I rode it, it was like a quarter or 50 cents, which maybe makes me sound like ancient or something, but it was attached to one of those beautiful old deco light posts. I might be misremembering the era, but lampposts are so big because LA is about car culture, and I'm talking about car culture not in the sense of like lowriders and that kind of car culture, but just the culture of everyone needs to be in their car to get where they need to go. Or if not a car, a bus. So streetlights are and were designed because we were one of the first cities to be designed with the car in mind. Well, that's kind of, you know, sad, and everything also really informed the architecture. And so I'm an architecture nerd, and I was going to stop at Dinosaur Coffee, but like, there's a cute little cafe right here. I'm going to see if I'm going to stop at it anyway. This is what I love about LA. I just like find a cafe, and look, there is a parking meter. You're just watching me pull a Yui in the middle of the road. So I took pictures of the lamppost with the sunrise in the background. And then I'm at Griffith Observatory, and so I took pictures of the sunrise with Griffith Observatory as this architectural behemoth on the side, and really celebrating what about Los Angeles is unique and beautiful. That's what I started doing. And then I took some panoramas. I got the Hollywood sign in. I also love the juxtaposition of the urban with the wild, with the natural, with hiking trails and the downtown skyline. I'm excited to see these photos, and you've just seen them. But I'm excited to see them and put them together. And I think also this is going to inform my director's statement. I don't know quite what I'm going to say in my director's statement yet, but I do know that I'm going to talk about architecture because that was really inspiring me today. You know what? I'm at this cafe. The meter that I parked at had some green on it. It just ran out. I'm going to pause here. I'm going to go get some coffee and probably a pastry because there's a bakery. And then I'm going to come back, and as I drive home, I'll go through some of the next stuff. So, on my way home, I'm super backlit by the sun right there, or kind of, and have a dirty chai from Cafe Los Feliz. I know how to speak Spanish a little bit, and I know that I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, whether I pronounce it Los Feliz the way that you pronounce the neighborhood, or Los Feliz, which is how you pronounce it in Spanish, and I didn't do that great, but it's fine. Anyway, after I was done with all of my sunrise shots, I decided to go on a hike, like I said. And as I was going down from the observatory onto the path, there was a father and daughter there who were visiting from Texas. And they, like, the dad used to live in LA, but the daughter never did. And she wanted to take her senior portrait with the Hollywood sign in the background.
Franklin Avenue.
So that's why they were there. And her dad apparently has no idea how to take a good picture. And so I was taking her picture with the Hollywood sign, and which was really fun. It's fun to take pictures for people. It also reminded me how much I love working with actors, because
In 1.2 miles.
we were working in concert to create the same image. There's a restaurant called House of Pies right here. I'm gonna have to come back. I know I've heard of this place, but I need to come back to House of Pies. Anywho, so that was just like a really fun, cool moment to get to interact. But the dad, like I said, he used to live here and he worked in film marketing. He told me, because I asked them if they were from out of town, and they said yes, like taking your senior picture. And he said, "You must be from out of town too." "No, Angelina would take a picture out here." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Of course, I live here. I've lived here for 15 years, plus the 4 I was in college, but like 15 years straight. And then I said, "I'm a filmmaker. I'm here taking pictures for the lookbook for my next movie." Like, it felt weird to say it, even though I'm really good at saying I'm a screenwriter, I'm a writer, or saying I'm a filmmaker, taking pictures for my lookbook for my next film sounds, I don't know, so pretentious and presumptive, but that's what I'm doing. And it was so, I'm glad I got to say that and get some of those like imposter syndrome feelings out, because I need to get excited about this. That is something that I am trying to
Turn left on Northwestern Avenue.
like work more on, and also is something that the other class, which I think I'm going to talk about in my next video, because I'm going to be doing a nighttime shoot. The other class I'm taking with Audrey Knox, who's a former manager. This is a class, it's not a mentorship per se, has like done work on with us of like, say you're a screenwriter, like invest in yourself as if you're a professional. And I'm really good at doing that when I'm talking about being a writer, because I think in part I've had jobs, I've had outside people tell me, yes, we want to hire you to write Wingdad,
Quarters of a mile. Turn right on Santa Monica Boulevard.
to write the Mexico rom-com, which is chugging along really nicely, and fingers crossed I'll have something to show for it in terms of maybe deadline announcement or something soon. But it is moving along. But saying I'm a filmmaker, saying this is going to be my next film, like, I'm so glad I got to talk with the father and daughter and say that I'm a filmmaker. This is for my lookbook, and getting to collaborate with someone even on something that's not frivolous, because senior photos are super important, especially for the seniors that are getting to take them. And but it's not what the night shift is going to be, which is a $1 or $2 million movie, and that's a whole other conversation. So I got so much out of this experience. I have a sense of wanting to talk about Los Angeles architecture and how the city was designed in my director's statement, not just about the things that are emotionally important to me in terms of my own identity and life story. It's the neon signs, the roadside motels, the gas stations with like modernist curvature, and I think as a director's statement, there's one thing to talk about all of the meaning I want to make, but there's also an element of having a clear visual vision, especially as it comes to my third character. Los Angeles is going to be really helpful. And so even if these pictures are not perfect, even if I could find better sunrise pictures over Griffith Park, over Griffith Observatory, what I'm showcasing right now are the ways that I feel and see and want to depict Los Angeles and want to focus on the things I want to focus on. So that's not just something that I can take with me in terms of how to write my director's statement, but also which photos am I selecting for the lookbook, because you're seeing a lot more than I'm going to use, because it's not going to be a long document. It's been a good day, a good morning, and I'm going to go out to do the next part of my photo shoot tonight. You won't see that video for, I think, another week. I think I'll stretch these out. Okay. Thank you so much for driving with me, for being part of this, and for sticking with me over the course of all of these months, and like coming back and viewing this and still being interested. Making a movie takes a long time, especially when I'm starting literally from the idea. And I'm excited to move on to the next part, because the script, while not done, is ready. Basically, I'm going to do another polish on it, but it's ready to go out, be seen, get financed, get cast, hopefully sooner rather than later, because it will be a movie at some point, be a major motion picture. Thanks, y'all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Seatbelt's just like really choking me up. Thanks, sports bra.